What's up, y'all? Now, I don't want to be the one that's the bad guy getting after people. Anything can happen. But my name is Evan Strong, the founder of In The Image Clothing Company. And, hey, dude. Hey, come here. Hey. One of our fourths to In The Image Clothing Company is In The Image Clothing Company Poodles. You know, if you know, right? We specialize in purebred standard poodles. We do a lot, right? Breeding poodles, doing things properly, advocating for one of the things as being a good owner of a dog. And, you know, like I'm saying, I'm not trying to be the person who's getting after people because I don't know what happened. But it's really actually fairly common. The past few months, I've had to do what I can do to get, 5 to 8 dogs back to their home. Just, right around where I live, where I walk often. Now he's down in the river. That's not really a problem other than, I have no idea where he lives. Hey boy, I think he's a golden doodle, mixed poodle boy. I first passed a soccer field and there was a bunch of soccer players there and he was just running around next to them as I was just walking on this trail. I'm like, oh, he's probably their dog. Okay, cool. And then as I kept walking, well, he followed me. Well, kind of. We just started kind of going the same direction. He's not really following me. I'm kind of following him now just to see. Here's the problem right now is I don't have cell service on my cell phone. That's what I'm using to film this with, is a cell phone. And he's just running down the path. There's a highway right here. Now he's wet and he has to dry off before he can go back into the house. Maybe the owners don't want him wet. Again, I can't place blame when I don't know what happened, but we just really advocate for microchipping dogs, being a good owner of dogs, in all the ways that we talk about. We do so much, and check out In The Image Clothing Company Poodles to know a little bit about all that we do there. But not only is this just a dog that's off leash, but he's a poodle mix. So, I've made videos at the shelter, specifically the South Utah Valley Animal Shelter, showing some poodle mixes, just talking about they shouldn't be in the shelters, and actually one of those videos was titled The Importance of Intentional Collars, and then the other one was titled Keeping Less Dogs in Shelters and More Dogs at Homes, which is how I phrase what we do under In The Image Clothing Company when it comes to that, right? Well, under In The Image Clothing Company Poodles specifically. But I'm not going to sit here on some soapbox of a rant as if I know so much better than the owner of this dog. Who knows what happened for him to get out, because I don't. But the big thing is we need to limit this being the case at all costs. I mean, I've walked 3/4 of a mile probably, give or take, since I first saw him passing that soccer field. So he's already at least that far away from his owner. There's nobody else around, right? And the only reason I or anybody who really cares about dogs would be upset about something like this is because he lives somewhere and there's a highway. Hey, come here, boy. Hey, I don't know his name. Come here, come. There's a busy highway. That's what I just crossed under, is that overpass to a 2-lane each way highway. It's like 50 miles per hour. What? The dude dies right then just because he's not at home. This is what I mean. When I say my heart's in it, and I talk about the reasons why 1/4 of In The Image Clothing Company is In The Image Clothing Company Poodles, and we give information that applies to all dogs across the earth and all dog owners as well. This is what I mean. And I'm not, oh, by the way, if there's wind noise and stuff, whatever, you can hear as much as you can hear of me in this. I'm yelling. Now he's in a construction site. You can hear the heavy machinery. I'm not really trying to get wrangled, get him. I already squatted down earlier and he let me pet him. I could actually grab him if I, really was trying more to, but I don't have cell service, so unless I went somewhere else and used somebody else's phone or got somewhere where I could get access to, allow my phone to get connection to call, doesn't really even do me all that good, or him, for me to read the number on his collar right now. Man, see, now what? I trespass into this construction site just to try to wrangle this dog that's not mine? None of this is my responsibility by any means. I understand. But yeah, let's say he just gets hit by a car and dies right here because he's not at home. He's actually running now to the road again. Actually right next to this big backhoe. I want to film it just so I'm not just like making up a story of exactly where he's at, but I mean, I'm not trying to film these guys' work site necessarily. But this is just the whole thing, right? When I say all the reasons why we have In The Image Clothing Company poodles, oh man, no doubt somebody loves this dog. And now he's out here just walking right next to this busy highway. And if he dies, he's not going to be around for anyone to love anymore. He's just running in this construction site now. I don't have a lead. If I could find a rope, I could throw a slip leader out his neck, but I don't want to just hold on to his collar the whole time. I also don't want to be trespassing into this construction site. Golly. I don't expect him to come to me if I call him. He's not my dog, you know? But I do want to do what I can here to try to keep him safe, at least. Anyway, this is In The Image Clothing Company poodles, and I think this is something we might do. You know, I've talked about potentially rehoming dogs just as time goes on. You know, we're not just about breeding poodles. We're not just about good dog products. Hey, he's just cruising around on the construction site. I'm gonna just kind of hang out here and we'll see what happens. But, you know, working with shelters and working with organizations that do a lot for dogs and companies that do a lot for dogs and the health of them, you know, in all the ways that comes as time progresses under In The Image Clothing Company poodles. But this is one of the big things, you know, we might do a lot of this just, you know, as time goes on, if we come across, or anyone in the Image Clothing Company's team, you know, not just me, but, you know, if we come across just stray dogs like this, we might film our adventures, if you will, of just trying to wrangle these dogs and see what we can do to get them back to their homes. Because if I don't grab him or someone else and get him back to his actual home, somebody else might just call the pound, and then maybe he ends up, you know, in the shelter or at the pound for a week or two until they decide, all right, the owner's not coming, I guess, and then they adopt him out to someone else, and now he's just not with his family anymore for the rest of his life. Do you see what I mean? My heart's in this. This is the whole point of In The Image Clothing Company poodles, is the real stuff like this. And I don't know where he is now, and I don't know if I'm really going to try to stick with him until I actually can see if I can figure out where he lives and get him back home right now. But yeah, I mean, there's a construction worker standing next to this big backhoe thing, and then somebody operating the big backhoe thing, and he was just running right next to those people while I was over there closer to the road. Anyway, it's about the health of dogs. You know, we talk about things that sound harsh. When I say a mutt is a mutt, I like mixed breed dogs where I do when they're healthy, you know, but it's about the health of dogs. It's about keeping dogs safe like this. You know, I don't know where this dog is. I don't know if he's even gonna live through it, and that's not some exaggeration. If this thing just accidentally ran him over, you can hear the machinery, or a car, or he fell in somewhere and just couldn't get out and died. You know, these aren't worst case scenario things. I mean, he's just an animal, you know, he needs to be supervised. And I don't even know where he went. I think I'll probably walk around, kind of like around the block, sort of, from here where this construction's happening, because I think he did go this way. But I mean, it's kind of cool too, you know, like I say, we'll do what we can to film litters being born under In The Image Clothing Company poodles with our standard poodle puppies. But this type of stuff as well, on the end of just being an advocate for dogs, man. You know, I've worded it before how in ways what we do under In The Image Clothing Company is more of like a non-profit type approach to just helping the lives of human beings through clothing, helping the lives of dogs through letting dogs stay natural, right? Yeah. Man. He does have a phone number on his collar. I mean, if nothing else, like if I didn't actually call the number, I could probably at least type it into my cell phone here and then maybe call it later when I get home and just say, hey, I saw your dog, give him a general location and just be like, did he get home yet? But I think the ideal, I mean, if I was really going to actually do all I could right now, is find a rope make a little slip lead and put it on him, because then I can just lead him to where I need to go. Go get cell service or just a phone and call somebody. I don't even know exactly where he is now, though. So anyway, and you know, it's the whole thing like, well, it's not your responsibility, don't worry about it. Well, it's someone's responsibility, and really it's we love dogs, man. You know, either the shelter's gonna have to deal with it, the owner's gonna have to deal with a lost dog forever, potentially dead or just taken to someone else's house. You know, yeah, like I'm saying, he's got a collar on, but if he didn't, then let's say no collar, no microchip, and nobody got him back home, you know, now your dog's gone forever just because he got out, man. I mean, God, I don't know where he went. Because, like, there's a big hole right here. They're putting in, like, new, you know, stuff here. That's what they're doing this construction for. They're going to build new things here. And there's these, like, similar to this, you know, but just a big old circle, like 6 foot wide hole there. Who knows if it's 20 feet down or more? He falls down there and dies, you know? I mean, I'm not trying to get after people. I'm trying to help the dog. Gosh. I don't know where he went. Highway right there. Farm field right here. Construction site. Holes in the ground. See what I mean? This is what I'm saying is who knows? And also, who knows how he got out? Maybe it's no one's fault, really. I'm not trying to place blame. That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's this, like, ravine here. It could be... See what I mean? I don't know. Next thing you know, someone's dog is no longer their dog. And that's sad. You know? Big time. I don't know. I mean, he could have got hit by a car since I saw him last. There's not like a barrier to the highway right there. It's right there. Man. So anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to stop this and then, like, find him right after because, you know, the point of filming this is to really document these type of situations, you know. Could probably find a rope, and then if I end up seeing him again. Just hurts, man. I mean, I imagine it being my dog, you know. I didn't read a name on his tag, even if there is one. He had a little dog tag, a couple of them actually, on his neck. I hear an animal in here, but these are just birds. Anyway, big truck. So this is what we do, man. I mean, this is the whole reason for advocating for all that we do. To do all that we can to limit these things happening. You know. Yep, 2-lane, busy highway. I don't know. I mean, he's a big boy. He's standard size, you know, like our dogs. He can move quick. I don't know where he went. I lost sight of him, and then, I mean, he could be a mile away easy that quick. So, yeah. Might ask these construction workers if they... Maybe. We'll see. I mean, because even if he's just not looking down, he's just looking around, running, and he falls into a big hole. And, you know, he stays there for a day or two. Nobody knows he's there. He just dies from starvation, dehydration. See what I mean? It's all these things that are entirely possible things. To have happened to him just like that. I mean, man. Shoot, man. It's like all those possibilities that you don't want to have, there's an abundance of them, you know? It's so dangerous out here for just a dog. Listen to these cars whizzing by, bro. Man, I'm emotional. Because I have no idea at this point. That's the thing is, how long do you even look in a location before you could be miles away? Shoot, I guess I'm gonna go around this truck here. These guys are probably wondering what I'm doing. Like, it looks like I'm on like this mission. I am, but you know, if they don't know what I'm doing, they're probably like, why are you walking so close to our trucks? Well, because I'm trying to make sure this dog is okay. I don't know exactly how much storage space is on this device, so if it just randomly cuts and you can tell it wasn't my intention, then there you go. Here's my slip lead, though. I actually passed this going the other direction. Oh, that's a better rope than that first one I about grabbed. I don't need it all that long. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna even be able to find him again at all, but if I do, it would be better to be prepared with a lead than to not have one. Man, I just don't need like 20 feet of rope. I need like 6 feet or something. These are all tied together for some reason. I don't even know what's going on here. It's like every one of these like 5-foot strands of rope is tied together. I'm just gonna take this bundle. We'll go from there. Guess maybe I better get it like actually ready in case I really do get a chance to get it around his neck. Man, big boy's just out here running on his own. Because I don't know, he could have gone that way. Could have gone back the way he came. Could be out here in the field somewhere. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I honestly don't know if I'm gonna even come across him again, but I mean, at first when I was just squatted down there, just, you know, talking to him, he let me pet him. I mean, he was there for like 15 seconds, just calm, letting me hang out with him. Could have just held onto his collar, but I just figured he was probably with those soccer players right by that, that soccer field over there. I don't know. You know, I mean, the typical, like, comical movie scene where there's, like, an open pit and the person falls down in it. And you know what I mean? They're walking, not looking, just drop down 10, 15, 20 feet. That's what I'm saying, is I have no idea where he went. I mean, not really. He also could have gone back to the trail and kept going down the trail where we were walking initially. I don't know, man. I don't really want to, like, waste my time, you know, but at the same time, definitely don't want to give up right before maybe I find him again